So first we will construct the influence line for the point C, A, B, C. So this one is point C. And the theory says that, and point C is the support. So the theory says that for the support that is not at the very end, we can draw, so that's a table, support. For support, we draw shear force, and that's support in influence line, then a shear force. Here we call it Q, to the left, a shear force influence line to the right, and bending moment influence line. For the support, that's most complicated, I can say. So this is a type of influence line we can draw. That's the point. The point of the beam. We will be stable. This one is one of the most complicated points. So point C. Let's start with the VC influence line, and theory says that it always goes one upward. So it is always one upward. This kind of actually beam is a bit complicated comparing to others. Let's see, one upward, and then we continue. We always join with the second. We find the next support. So it kind of goes there. There are two kinds of general rules. You can ask for the rule sheet in email. And general rule says that always reach the top, don't go lower. That's a podium, I will tell. And the influence line changes direction at the hinge and passes through the zero at the support. Following these rules, it's a bit easier to draw the influence line. So that's a podium. There are two gold first places of the podium, and that's the second place. So this case, like it is, there are no third place, but there are two second places. So because we start in the second place, we go to the first places, and actually we go for both first places. That's a bit complicated comparing to other beams with the other free body diagrams. So that's why we continue to the both sides. It's a bit complicated, yeah. And the rule says, the second rule, that at the hinge, the line changes the direction. So we take, so at the hinge, we change the direction and go at the support, we go through the zero, and we finish the line at the end of the beam. And to the second part, we change the direction. In this case, the end support is at the support as well. So we just finish the influence line. So that's it. That's for the influence line. Of the support, positives are upward and negatives are downward. Negative and negative. You can put it in a circle as well. Yeah. So next one is Q left. Q, C, influence line, left. So what the rule says, the rule sheet says that at the support, that's a case one, we go to the left. That's why we plot -1 downward. So at the C, at the point C, we draw -1 downward, and we want to go left. That's why we watch that that's a hinge. If it's the hinge, we go to the hinge kind of straight, a horizontal line, not to the hinge, because at the hinge we can't go through 0. We can change the direction, and at the support we can go through the 0. And that's it for this Y, I will tell. So next one, Q. Right. For the C, and that's the influence line. Don't mix with the diagrams. For Q is negative upward and positive downward and positive upward. So if you do to the right, that's opposite from the left. At the point C, just thinking where the line will go. So in the very beginning, it's 1 positive. So that's 1. That was -1. It's +1. That's +1. We go on. We want to go to the right, and that's a support. That's why we go through 0 till the hinge, and at the hinge we change the direction, and we finish the influence line at the end support. Kind of we could finish these two, but there's one exception rule that for one of the shear forces cases, Q left or Q right, the influence line must go also must be extended in the opposite direction. The one that which one? Yeah. The one that is not where is no rectangle but where is triangle. How? Not this. That was right. How? With the dash line, we draw here the kind of symbolic figure for the influence line of shear force, and how much it's -1. This kind of that's a. And when we start here the triangle, we need to reline it with redraw with a solid line. At the hinge, we change the direction again, so general rule number 2, and through the support we go through 0. That's it. So this dash line, can make it as it's not this influence line, but that's the help line of the influence line. So upward is positive, downward is negative. Yeah, and this influence line is for this beam is pretty complicated. It's a long one. And for the point C, we have bending moment at the support. If we use here case 1, there are also case 2. That's for mid-span points. There's the influence line of bending moment. We do also case 1. It's the same we did for the shear force diagram. There's written. So we will draw at the beginning upward of the beam of the x-axis, we can call it, and we want to go somewhere to the left, to the right. This case number 1, we go to only one direction, and which one? To the nearest first place. That's why we need the distance it's 2 meters here. It's a different color. It's so it's MC influence line. for the point C, there's only one M. Actually, there's never M right or M left, but kind of it is because we want to go only left. But actually, we can't draw to the right because there are no rules for that. And there's like at the improvement, there's only one value at the point C. So we go 2 meters up, and value 2, not 2 meters up actually. The value of 2 is here. And then we join these 2 points. They're 45 degrees. So the same second rule, at the hinge we change the direction, and at the support we go through the 0. Probably it could be different scale, but yeah. And for the moment it's negative upward and positive downward. That's for the point C at this kind of beam and free body diagram. Let's continue more in the next videos.